Marcus Allen.
I'm a Raiders fan born in Oakland. I will always be loyal to the silver and black.
I'm a Raider because I came back to the Bay from LA with my team.
I'm an Oakland Raider fan because of my grandmother. Town business.
I'm a Raider fan. My grandmother raised me as a Raider fan. Tailgate, and people give you a beer. For real, like, because you're a Raider, and you got So it's
that's how this is going.
Everything. I just remember, to me, what hooked me more than anything in the world was walking in and everyone just Raiders! And that was it. Oh my God! What went through my body there?
Yep.
Woo! What is up, Raider Nation? Welcome to For Life, Our Raider Story. We are the tailgate of Raiders YouTube. I'm here with my co-host Mighty Thor and our special guest co-host tonight, Graphk. What is up, my brothers?
Man, it's good to see you guys once again. I miss my family. You already know, but we here.
Nice to see you as well. And of course, you know, we're meeting on a special night tonight to bring you two very special guests. Of course, no other than JT the Brick, the longtime Raiders broadcaster and Cisco Kid president of the TBH Las Vegas. And we're going to be talking about the black hole culture and history, the Oakland Raiders tailgates, and of course, most importantly, Black Hole Rob, and getting Cisco and JT's perspective on being in the black hole for so many years. So this will be a fun show. Please also remember, if you're here, remember to do us a solid and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video and light that torch and hit that like button for us.
Wipe them feet.
There you go.
Wipe them feet. Wipe them feet. Subscribe.
Yes. I want to say before we bring in our special guest, let's just say what's up to everyone in the chat line. I know some people are excited for this one. So I want to say what's up to Sean, Raider Joe, Keith Brown, Jonathan. What's good, everyone? Eddie, Raider Pac, Reef, Q in the house, Jack Clark, nicely. Ooh, we got all kinds of people today. Talk Box, yes, Docs, you can see it's on the show. Vega, what's up? Aaron A's, Devin 13. I am the Bay. Ooh, I like that one. Scotty Waddy Raider 1.
It's my people.
Yes, and if I didn't say your name, my bad. We'll keep saying hi to everybody. But
we're gonna double back. We
are for sure. Yeah. So I'll just play before we bring them on, let's just watch a little 1-minute video of a little story of the black hole.
Fire.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Ooh, welcome JT and Cisco Kid. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but that gives me chills. Thanks. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Pleasure. Thank you for having me. Great to be here. Great to be on this, and great to talk about the black hole and the history of Black Hole Rob Rivera, one of the all-time greats.
Ever. Facts.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Cisco, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Graphk. How are you, man?
I'm doing really good, man. I was blessed to be asked to come over here, man. I know we did a show not too long ago, probably a few weeks ago, about Rob and the black hole, man. So it's just a blessing. Shout out to Thor and Ange just for having me come over here, man, and speak with you and JT. It really is a blessing. The black hole, man, is just everything to us. So thank you guys for having me, man.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You are welcome. Thank you. So JT, you have a long history as a Raiders broadcaster, of course, but I don't want to say more importantly, but just as importantly, as a fan, you really spent a lot of time in the black hole. You want to share some of your memories or your stories with us?
Yeah, my whole story is based around the black hole. That's how it all started. When I got hired by the Raiders in 1998, I had an opportunity to come and work for the team and take over their pre and post game on the radio and host the Silver and Black show on TV. And one of the first phone calls I made was to Rob Rivera. And I said, this isn't going to work unless I get the support of the black hole. Because I was from New York, born and raised a Giant fan. And I came in to the Bay Area with a radio show. And I said to the black hole and Rob, I said, look, I'll get behind you guys. If you have my back, I'll have your back. And I'll remember that call like it was yesterday. And then I saw him in person. And Rob said, yeah, as long as you treat us good, we'll welcome you in and give us a voice. And that's when on the radio in the Bay Area, it started taking off, and the black hole had a radio show to call into. And 23 years later, this is my 23rd year with the team. It's been a brotherhood, a sisterhood, and something I'm really proud of.
That's fire, man. That's dope. That's dope.
Such a great story. And 23 years later, who could imagine it could have been that long, right?
Man.
And Cisco, how long you've been around for? How long?
Man, about 10 years.
All right.
No, actually, no. I became a member about 98, 99. Kind of, I guess you could say, a pilot member. Just would come to the tailgate, hang out, and then go back with my crew. I guess very involved. I would say probably about 11 years. Yeah.
Okay. So you and JT have been around about the same amount of time within the black hole in some sort of affiliation or membership.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? What really, when you think of the black hole? I mean, anybody can really respond to this. I just, like I said, when I watched that video, I got chills. I feel like I can. This is gonna sound weird. I feel like I can feel the energy. I can even smell it a little bit just by like looking at these photographs. How does it make you? How does it make you feel to kind of
family
on that?
Family. I mean, JT just said he moved out here from New York. It was a lifelong Giants fan. And for him to be here and say that the black hole is touched him like that lets you know how big of a movement that was and what it is still to this day. And for JT to be with this team and this organization that long and still come on and talk with us about it, that lets you know what kind of stain and what kind of stamp it's left. You know what I mean, on this world, man. The black hole is none other. It will never be matched ever again in any sport. It never matters. It just doesn't matter. Period. Point blank. It will never be. It's unmatched. It's unmatched, man.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest honors of my career. And I'm a diehard fan, and now I'm in Vegas, and I've been a Raider fan, and now I'm an all-in Raider fan from all these years and working for the team. And I wouldn't be there. It wouldn't have been that way if it wasn't for the black hole. I explain to people all the time, the black hole gave me an opportunity to have a second opportunity in life in media. And again, for me, it wouldn't have worked if I wasn't involved with the black hole, because it's the most notorious fan base in sports.
Easy.
It's legit. It's a real fan base. And in order to be a part of the Raider Nation, you have to fully enter the black hole. I mean, there are fans who are Raider fans, but the fans who are in the black hole take it to a next level. They're more dedicated. They're more involved. They seem to be more passionate. I mean, every Raider fan is great and has their history that you can't take away, but making a commitment to the black hole and being in this fraternity or sorority, if you're a woman, and be a part of it, it really is life-changing, because you make friendships for life. Yeah. And then on game day, you're at a higher elevation within the Raider Nation.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that was beautifully stated. Yeah, you make a great point. It takes a certain skill to be able to view the game from the black hole, not only to understand the plays that are going on the field, but to really want to be in that culture of standing and yelling and the camaraderie of it all. It's certainly not for everybody. I love it.
No, it's not.
Well, I'll tell you, I remember when I started. When Rob invited me down into the front row of the black hole right out of the gate. So I would finish up my duties on the pregame, and I would get into the stadium, and then I would walk over to the top of the black hole and then walk down those stairs to the base right onto the field, that first row of the black hole. And there was no seat for me. There was no room. And Rob would move over, and Harry would move over, and Junebug would move over, and they'd find a spot for me, and they'd put me right on the wall, right in that front row. And then you want to talk about the best view of a football game of your life. I've been to Super Bowls, I've been to great games my whole life. I've never had a view like that. And then Harry would bring in the dummy, and we throw the dummy in the air. And then the language and what was said from the black hole to the opposing fans.
So good.
You don't know what it's like. You can't replicate that unless you're in that first couple of rows there. And it was life-changing to me. I'd go back to work every Monday on the radio saying, I can't believe what I saw. Win or lose, it was draining. I'd come out of the black hole in the beginning of the fourth quarter or at the end of the game, sweating, dripping through the jacket, and watching, this too, Cisco, watching, the birds fly down, the pigeons on the field right at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And usually it was a beautiful blue sky, or if it was raining and cloudy, you just felt like you experienced a football game at the highest level. And that's what I miss. I mean, it'll never be like that again.
Hey, JT, let me ask you, man, because you've been with the organization for so long. That last game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I know it didn't end well for us. I know there was a lot of craziness going on. A lot of us from Northern California were really just confused. We didn't know how to feel. How do you feel like walking out of Oco for the last time? Like what was that feeling?
Well, I had two similar feelings like that. I brought my son, one of my sons, to both, not only that game, but the game where Derek Carr broke his ankle, broke his leg.
Colts game.
Yeah, it was kind of the same feeling, because I was always going on Air Bart to the airport to go home. Living back here in Vegas, and that was a disappointing end to the game. As I always say, no one wanted to leave Oakland. Leaving Oakland was never the plan, and it got pushed back, as you all know, for 1 year. So it was like the Raiders were going to leave 1 year, then they didn't, then they came back for that one more year. And then finally, when that game came down and the way it ended, it was emotional. I saw fans that were crying. I saw fans hugging. I saw fans really upset, and I saw fans who were just sitting by themselves trying to take it all in. And it was, to me, it was a really tough day, because you make that walk over the bridge to Bart or back to your car, and people look back at the Coliseum saying that they would never be there again for a football game. And that was really tough for a lot of people to handle.
That Cisco, that violator relationship, right? And Rob, like being where we are now, we're very reluctant. We're very pleased to have a new stadium. We deserve that. We definitely deserved it. Like the new energy around this team, though, like watching Violator and Senior and all these guys in the black hole. Like, how do you guys feel now being in Las Vegas? Like, what like, can we ever get even close, remotely close to that energy again that we had in Oakland? Because we're asking for it.
Stu?
Shout out to my brother Stuart, man. Stuart Schweiger is
in the
building.
house.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Graphk, that's funny. Me and Violator were on a little bit of a lengthy conversation yesterday on that same topic, and we both agreed that it'll never be duplicated, and that we have to do our job in teaching the culture of what the black hole was about to Vegas.
Yeah.
To the new fans. I mean, we've all been to the games, or at least most of us.
Definitely.
And we there's a lot of new faces, and which is natural, right? Anytime you move state, city, you're going to see some new faces, and we've seen plenty of them. And we basically just talk to each other, and we're saying, hey, like what Violator likes to say, planting seeds. So
yes, that's the thing.
Have to plant seeds and kind of just let people know the Raider black hole way, and hopefully they grab a part of it and latch on, and they'll be with us just like we all are.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna take a long time. Cisco and I were talking. We all go to the tailgate together, and the tailgate's not going to be the same. The black hole's not going to be the same, but it could be great but different. It could technically be bigger. Like I always said, it doesn't have to be better right out of the gate, but it could be much better and bigger long term, because Vegas has the ability to make this thing explode.
Yes.
Because it's the entertainment capital. So unfortunately, with that Oakland, moment coming to an end. Oakland doesn't have to die.
No.
Oakland can come into the black hole. And, in order to have a real black hole, you need about 30 rows, 20 rows in one area of the end zone. You can't do that on one side because there's a nightclub,
Right.
the Winfield Club. And, on the side of the black hole, it's going to take a while for fans to say, well, hey, if someone sells their tickets there, I can buy mine there next year. I could roll it in and have that type of experience. But I've said this before, the next stage of the black hole has to be bigger. It has to be more influential. It has to be more global because Rob Rivera had a vision with the founders of the black hole to make it great. It's already been very authentic. It's very real. There's always going to be the core members, the Hall of Famers, the people who are in it. That's never going to change. The Black Hole Hall of Fame and all that. Now it's everybody's job for Rob and Rachel's legacy and everybody involved to make it bigger. Go balls out. Go big. Have more members. Have more global members. Have more fans in different sections of Allegiant Stadium represent the black hole. And I think, even with COVID and what's happened with the team this year, we had 1 year with no fans. This year, there's been a lot of tragedy and there's been a lot of bad news happening. I think that everybody should press pause coming out of this holiday season and go into next season really with a onslaught of energy for the black hole and blow it up to the next level that Rob always dreamed about.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely. Hopefully we can make that happen. And I think a way to go about doing that is we really need Raiders, real Raiders fans to own those black hole tickets. Because JT, like you touched on early on, and this I know this from experience, we're 2-3 people deep in one seat. And right now that's never gonna fly because it's a lot of, out of town either other teams fans or people that just want to kind of be there. So until we can kind of like flush that out and really become the Raiders black hole with all the fans, we're always going to be told like, you're in my way, you don't stand up and all of those types of things. So I don't know how we go about doing that.
Yeah, but because it's
really
weird.
Raiders fans in the black hole, that would really be a game changer.
It's very weird when you grew up in Oco and we always had a home field advantage, whether we won or lost, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And to go to home games and see half the stadium filled up with other fans is still confusing. I know the COVID thing is a huge part of this. I think once everything clears up and we get back to the regular world, maybe we do get more of us inside the building. But it's been tough. The Bears game, the Ravens game, I've been out there a few times and it was just like, wow, this is kind of overwhelming to see other fans in here like this. Like in Oakland, it would have never happened.
Let me explain my opinion on that because I get asked about that more than anybody.
Yeah.
And these first 2 years and maybe 3 years, everybody who's never been to Vegas to a football game wants to come. And you can't stop that. You just can't stop it. There's no way to stop it. If someone from Denver or Detroit wants to buy a ticket, it's the job of the Raider fans not to sell their tickets to a stranger.
Exactly.
So there's plenty of fans to sell it to that will buy it at face value.
Yeah.
What happened in the first 2 years, this year is a lot of fans who had 8 tickets or 9 games plus the preseason game. They had 10 tickets. They were thinking if they sold 2 or 3, they would pay for their tickets for the entire season. And that's the fan doing that. And you can't change that fan. All you can do is try to educate that fan to sell his ticket at a premium if he's going to do it to a Raider fan.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in this town know people in this town, so they're able to take care of other Raider fans. It's the fans who are out of town that have Raider tickets that aren't going to come to the game, and they're putting them up on StubHub or they're putting it up on SeatGeek, and a stranger or the opposing fan is buying that. But I've been living in Vegas a long time, and Vegas is going to be a place that thrives with this stadium and this fan base. But hey, man, you got to get the kinks out. Parking year one. Black hole, all of this. It's going to take time, and everybody should enjoy it. A lot of these fans who are coming in just want to have a good time. There's no brawls. There's no fights. You've seen on other teams' websites and social media, there's fights and brawls all throughout the game. There's none of that here. Everybody's just coming to have a good time. And then the culture of being hardcore Raider fans who want to win and want to sell it out and have 95% of it, that will grow with the team winning, I think.
JT, what would you tell us then, like the fans, the core fans that came from Northern California, because some fans, and I don't agree with it, but some do feel like we're kind of getting pushed aside. I know you've heard that before as well. Like the
Sure.
guys that grew up in the black hole, that I would spend $9 and be up top and love every second of the game. But like, how do you tell guys that feel like that right now, that we're getting pushed out, the original fans?
Yeah, I would tell them they're wrong because they're all welcome. The only thing that can the only thing that can keep someone out is the price. And I can't change that. You can't change
No,
that.
not at
The
all.
price. This is a brand new stadium in Las Vegas. It's going to cost a lot more money to get into a Raider game. That will never change.
Yeah.
So the point is, you got to feel welcome. You got to feel like you're welcome. And if you can afford it, you're going to have the time of your life. If you can't afford it, it's very unfortunate. And maybe you can pick a game instead of 2 games, or instead of 4 games, you go to 2. Yeah. But I can tell you on the inside, everybody wants everybody from the Bay Area to be there. Everybody wants everybody from the Bay Area to get their hands on some tickets. I mean, I talk to Bay Area fans every week that come to the game, drive in for every game. And then there are fans saying, hey, I'm not coming to this game. I'll see you in 2 weeks. And when they come there, they walk away and they have the time of their life. This is a palace. And it's the home of the Raiders. It's not the Coliseum that was split with the A's. It's not SoFi Stadium, which is split with the Rams and the Chargers or the tenant. So when Oakland fans and East Bay fans get in there, they get it instantly. They look around and they go, oh my God, I had no idea how amazing this is going to be. And then, there's going to be people that don't like some of the music. They don't like the halftime. They don't love it. I think it's great. Just got to get your head wrapped around it's Vegas. This isn't Portland. It's not Tacoma. It's not Oklahoma City. Come in and gravitate to this party. If the Raiders were going to move anywhere in the world that would be close to Oakland, LA, and be a global hub, it's Vegas. And more people who let their guard down and just come and experience, I think they'll come back for more. They'll love it.
Yeah, I agree, JT. I mean, that was my going into it. We all knew the Raiders eventually were going to move, and talks of possibly going back to LA, San Antonio, et cetera. We all know the different cities that were mentioned. I too bit the bullet and said, hey, if they're going to ultimately move and not stay, then Vegas would be the place to go. And ultimately, that's where they went. And I'd have to say too, walking into that stadium is amazing. It's amazing. It's not O.co. Nothing will be O.co ever again. But it was amazing walking in there for the first time and just looking around, going, "Wow, this is new home here." It's new, and whenever something's new, there are going to be a lot of people that complain. You move into a new house, you get a new job, you have a new girlfriend, you have a new spouse. The next thing you know, you think it's perfect. It's not. This is by no means perfect, but it's a platform that could really take this whole Raider brand, the black hole, the Raider experience, to a level that Al Davis didn't even dream about, because you got to look at it as a global hub. You got to think of those fans coming in from Europe, coming in from Philly, coming in from back east, coming in from the Midwest, going, hey, I love Oakland. I want to go to Oakland, but it's not happening anymore. Let's go to Vegas and hook up with the black hole and all our friends and have a real party. I mean, this is a 24-hour party. All due respect to other parties that end at last call at 1:30 in the morning. This thing goes all night, and I love that about Vegas. The energy of the city's been tremendous.
It's just hot as hell, man. It's just hot as hell.
Well, not now. I got the vest on tonight. It's cold tonight.
Can I just say, JT, though, to kind of Graph's point, though, and I wish you were the salesperson who I met with when I bought my season tickets, because I do feel like we're getting pushed out, and I had a completely different experience. You know, the way you're saying it would make me fall right in love with the Raiders if I wasn't, but we were there, and, we were literally told that we want to keep the Oakland riffraff out of here, and not knowing that we're from Oakland, we're from the East Bay, and we're season ticket holders. So he didn't know that, clearly, or he wouldn't have said it, or he certainly didn't think it. So, to me, that's not a good sign. That to me is wanting a culture change. We want the riffraff out, meaning we don't want the likes of the Black Hole and those types of fans in this stadium. So I've had a very different experience, and for me, it has been frustrating. I love the culture of the Oakland Raiders, and I wish it would stay the same. And I would like to be optimistic and think that us here on screen and all the people in the chat line can help keep that culture alive. I truly do I get the feeling that they are trying to push that out. And if you can speak on that, I totally understand. But I just wanted to kind of share my experience.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate that you had that experience, because the best example of that is Cisco and myself. I'm the first ever member in the Black Hole Hall of Fame. Cisco's the president of the Black Hole. You got two guys on the ground here who are telling you the opposite, right? So if you had a bad experience, or you don't feel wanted, or maybe one game you didn't like the size of the opponent crowd or whatever, I get it. No one's trying to change your mind. What we're trying to get you to do is reset, have an open mind, and do it again, because this is their home. They're going to be here forever. It's going to be this experience going forward. And these are the fans that are wanted the most. These are fans that are really expected to come here. And as Cisco said as we opened, keep the culture of the East Bay and Oakland and Ricky's and the Black Hole and the tailgate, and try to find a way to bring that here. Is it going to be different? Absolutely. Is there going to be an Oakland tailgate? No. But I can see in 3 or 4 years from now, that entire J lot with 70 Black Hole banners flying all over the place, and people looking around going, man, this happened pretty quickly here.
The thing is this, though. Oakland is the culture. You know what I'm saying? It is like that's the only culture that LA as well. Like, those are the cultures that's always been the shield. But I think that winning cures everything. I think when we start winning and we're fighting for playoffs, I know we're not going to go too deep into all that, but when we start getting into that situation where we're winning, I think all that culture talk and people in the crowd saying, oh, no, we don't want that Oakland, all that ends, because you can't control the Raider Nation. When we're winning, even when we're losing, I mean, we're in the parking lot. We could be 0-16 and we look like we're 16-0. That's just who we are.
We always win at the tailgate.
Yeah, exactly. But I think winning cures all. Winning cures all, and I think that at some point when we really start doing that, I think that people accept everybody, man. It just is what it is. But Oakland is the culture. That is the culture.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I live in Vegas, and I know more Oakland Raider fans than I know Las Vegas Raider fans. Yeah. Right? I just do. I know more Oakland Raider fans, and on behalf of the people in my family, that's what gets me going. When I do the pregame show from the Torch, and I see fans coming up with Oakland shirts on and Oakland jerseys, and we make that connection, it is really special. But look, I think what I want to say is everybody's been through a really traumatic time over the last couple of years. Very dramatic. Yeah. Leaving Oakland, not leaving Oakland, leaving Oakland, losing the vote in Carson, waiting, coming to Vegas. Vegas gets built, no fans. Yeah, we get a global pandemic. Now this season, the Ruggs tragedy that killed Tina Tintor, the issue with the Gruden emails. Today on the radio, Jonathan Abrams gone for the year. Yeah. It has not been easy. It has been really difficult. And I know enough people in the organization that know that, and they understand that. And they want the experience to be great on game day. And it's only going to be great on game day if the LA and Oakland fans and the fans around the globe come in with a really good spirit, a really good vibe, looking to get their drink on and have fun and not complain and not have a bad day, because I complain more than any of us. I wake up and I'm wondering, hey, is this team going to win? But now Vegas is settling in. It's settling in. And I think the people around the country are saying, man, that looks pretty cool on TV. I just went to a game. That was pretty fun. I want to go back again. And we just hope that more Bay Area Raider fans are part of that crew.
Hey, JT.
He sells it.
No, he does. But the only problem I have, right, and this is, and I know you can contest to this, or attest to this, is that, in Oakland, we played Bay Area music, Too Short, E40, the Loonies. We stuck to what we do. And now to watch like Lil Jon and all these guys and Ludacris come in wearing Raiders jerseys, knowing they're Falcons fans, I get it's entertainment capital of the world, but that kind of hits us below the belt a little bit. Like, I get it, Mark. Run your bag up, do your thing. I know it's a business, but sometimes as the fans that come from the bottom up, we're like, how do we buy this? Like, how do we buy this? And because the Raiders is more than a football team to us. For anybody that's a real Raider fan knows this is a lifestyle, this is a bloodline, this is a culture. It's not just a football team. Like,
Here's the thing, though, Graph. They're not trying to sell it to you.
Yeah, we're already bought in.
You already bought in.
yeah, but I can't buy it. Ludacris wearing.
You're
wearing
not. We're not. Well, there's no returns here. We're not
I
going
know,
anywhere.
I know.
So
I know.
they're looking for a new demographic, and they're
Yeah.
trying to appeal to new fans.
They brought in E40, they brought in Cube, they brought in Santana, they brought in Neil Sean from Journey,
Definitely.
from the Bay. I mean, that is something that I know the guys who run that part of the show.
Yeah,
and they're trying to make sure that that's really important. Sammy Hagar came in, they wanted rock. They had Marshmello, a DJ. I mean, it's all over the place. Trying to get people to come in there and appreciate the entertainment and what's happening with the entertainment. That's another important point that I understand your pain on that. Because the goal is to entertain people that are coming to Vegas when I and you and everybody want to concentrate on a winning football product. So if you don't like the music or you like it, you're all going to get more upset because of the outcome of the game. And they're dropping big money into that. And they got the sound right, and they're trying to make it great. But I feel that vibe out at the Black Hole Tailgate. I feel like I'm in Oakland about 9:30 in the morning on Sunday, right, Cisco?
Yeah. We got it. Yeah, we play the Bay music all day long. Yeah,
love it.
If you guys don't mind, there's a lot of comments in here, and we haven't addressed any. But I'll try to scroll up a little bit because I know there were some back, that wanted to definitely shout out Rob and Cisco, yourself, and JT.
Yeah.
So, let's see if I can, go back and read through. So there's so many comments. So
Rob is the GOAT, man.
Thank you,
Rob
guys.
is the GOAT, man. He is the GOAT. Definitely the GOAT, man. And rest in peace to Ricky as well, man. That was our place that we used to go to in Northern California. It was just a getaway. It was paradise to us real Raider fans, man. So, rest in peace and just, man, it sucks, man. But
Nick says, rest in peace, my brother Rob and Dave. Love and miss you, my brothers.
Definitely.
Dave Monzo, another co-founder.
The best. Love Dave.
Yeah. Let me see.
Raider Osh says, give the original Black Hole members respect and love. Of course, always. We appreciate that. They're the founders of this, of course. I know there was some more here. There's just so many. But, yeah, there was a lot of love for you guys. I can't really see them at the moment, but I try to do a better job on keeping up with these. Oakland Raiders Savage, Cousin Rob, and Raider Dave are pillars of the Black Hole. So, yeah, there's
Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Hit them thumbs up.
Rest in peace, Cousin Rob. Yes, Slick Rick he had lots of nice things to say. Thank you, Cisco. Of course, he wanted to give you a lot of love, and I know the comments are in here, so you can kind of circle back and see or maybe you saw them coming through, but I just wanted to highlight some of those.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for tuning in for sure. Sure.
Definitely. Hey, JT, before I get out of here, man, let me ask you a question. We're not going to get into football. How confident are you, man, that we can make this run and get into the playoffs? That's just my last question.
Yeah, I'm confident if they beat Denver. If we beat Denver, I'm pretty confident because I like the matchup against Denver. Drew Lock. I think the Raiders catch a break. If the Raiders played at the level that they played against Cleveland, they'd get beat by anybody. They have to have they have to flip the switch Sunday and play. I've been screaming about it for a month on the radio that they've got to get the offense going. They got to play up tempo. They got to have a big game. They need, in order to beat Indianapolis and have the Charger game mean something.
Yeah,
they can't go in beating Denver 16-14. They can't win 21-20.
Nope.
They've got to have the juice going heading into Indy. And look, if the win comes the way I expected against Denver, you look at the Indy game. Depending on who the Raiders get back, Jonathan Taylor's going to run it on almost every play.
Yes.
And it's going to be Carr versus Wentz. The Raiders have a big advantage. The Raiders have a better D-line. I think Indy's the better team, the better roster, and healthier. But the Raiders have a puncher's chance because when teams run against the Raiders, they give the Raiders an opportunity to stop the run. When teams throw on the Raiders, I'm much more concerned about the Chargers in Kansas City than I am of Indy and Denver.
Yeah.
So to answer that question, if they play well on Sunday, I mean, win by double digits or a touchdown, I think the Raider Nation is going to explode going into New Year's Eve. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on Indy because the last time we went into Indy and won, heading to London, they've had success there. They can play. It's going to be a non-weather game.
Yep.
It's never that crazy loud there. I think Carr can put up big numbers in Indy.
To be able to hold Nick Chubb to 91 yards in Cleveland, knowing that they were going to run the ball heavy, I'm very confident that I know Jonathan Taylor's, he's an MVP candidate. He's definitely going to do his numbers. But like you said, I'm confident that we can stop him from at least taking over the game completely. Because if you put the ball in Carson Wentz's hands, we're going to win the game.
Yeah, I said the same thing about Drew Lock. And, remember last year against Justin Herbert, it was 1st and goal at the 4 with Mariota.
Yeah.
He had 3 chances to win the game. That was the biggest gut punch last year.
Yeah.
Even more so than the Miami game was that loss. So I think the Raiders have a lot of potential momentum. I don't look much of that Cleveland game momentum. There was only about 30 seconds of momentum when they opened up the offense and they set up that field goal. Now they got all this momentum of a week off and getting ready, not a week off, less than a week off of this game. They can't blow this opportunity. This is a rare opportunity to get to 8-7 with an opportunity to go to 9-7. But they got to beat Denver first. And Denver's going to be a tough out because Denver's secondary is no joke.
They're monsters.
They give up 17 points a game. So for me to say they're going to score 30, that's going to be really tough for them to do. But I have good expectations that they'll win.
There you go.
Baby, let's get this W, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thor, that's all it's about, brother. That's all it's about, man.
That's all it's about, man. Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Honestly, JT, man, thank you. I've just been listening a lot. I haven't really been talking that much today. I've just been trying to listen and soak in what you guys got to say. Man, I love it so much. One thing I feel like I started to learn is something you were really saying. I've been learning that in the past since I moved here because I was really upset about the Vegas move. Mm-hmm. And I still wear my forever Oakland and all that, and I wear all my Oakland stuff, and that's never going to change. But I feel like we all have to kind of do our part to teach, to try to let people know where it came from and what it really is. And to me, that's on us. That's on us to teach a lot of these people. They don't know. They're going to learn. Let them learn from the best. We're the best. I mean, like we said, the black hole, the tailgates. I mean, the super hood tailgates, my tailgate, the Four Brothers, the Raider Rasa, across the infamous B lot, the G Squad, just numerous tailgates. Like, I'm sorry, I know I'm missing 100 tailgates because I'm old and in my mind, unless I'm really sitting, I don't think that right. But that's all on us. We're all trying to teach these people, man. And
we're the only team that has that responsibility. Think about it. The Rams go from St. Louis to LA.
Yeah,
their organization is the ones that has to sell it back to the community. The Oilers go from Houston to Tennessee or whatever. They have to teach that city. We're the ones now that have to teach this new generation, this new wave of Las Vegas fans.
That's because we ain't letting it die.
Never.
We're not going to let it go.
As long as the shield is there, it's never going to end.
Yeah, and I would just add to that. Just be yourself. Yeah. Everybody's trying to put everybody in a box. Who's this fan? Is he diehard? Is he from here? He's not as strong in Vegas. Just be yourself. Go to these games. Be jacked up when you get there. Do your job. And again, I wanted to jump on this today, and I really appreciate the invite because I just want to help people understand who are watching the stream all around the world. The black hole is alive. I believe, when talking to Rob before he passed away, the best of the black hole is in front of us. I don't know how many games the Raiders are going to win. I'm not in that business. I want them to win. But I know the black hole and the culture and everything we've talked about here can go to the next level because Vegas is like rocket boosters. You can take this black hole brand and put it on 2 rocket boosters, and you can take it to a level that it might not have gotten to. It would have gotten to it if it stayed in Oakland, but that's not happening. Yeah. So you get it in a city where they could really let it go to the next level. And Cisco and I have been talking about some things behind the scenes. We got big ideas. These aren't small ideas. If we can knock out 1 or 2 of these ideas, from a bar to what we're thinking about with the tailgate and to other things that are happening with the brand and sponsors. This could be really special, and it's already special. It could be much bigger down the road, but everybody's got to get someone to sign up to the Black Hole, buy a t-shirt, buy a hat, sign up, be a part of this group, which is an unbelievable club to be a part of. Be proud of it and get your other Raider fan friends to be a part of it. And then if you got 200 Black Hole t-shirts sitting in a section, and then 3 years from now you got 2,000, then we did our job for Rob and Rachel. Then we did our job for those who were left back in the East Bay. So when they come here, they'll feel more at home, like they're in the real Black Hole.
Definitely.
I love it. Can you give like the pregame speech to the team? I think
I'm out of that, man.
Talk that shit, JT. Talk it.
I unloaded, man. I unloaded today. That's why I'm not looking at comments. I'm not looking at Twitter. I'm trying to get off of that and be in my festive holiday spirit here in my house. But again, I think good times are ahead, man. If we can just win this game against Denver, everybody take a deep breath, go into New Year's. Get your fun on, get your drink on, get your resolutions on, and come back and we'll have a nice fight to the finish.
There you go. And you can look at these comments. Actually, there's been nothing but love in these comments. So
I know.
Definitely.
This is family in here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, shout out to you guys, man. Thank you guys for having me. JT, man, I know you have a busy schedule, brother. It's great to see you out here, man, doing your thing. Cisco, my brother, man, you already know, love you to death. Thor and we different. You already know it's I love y'all to death. So I just appreciate you guys for having me on here and being able to be a part of this dialogue. I hope that we can have more of these in the future. Like definitely, man. You know.
Yeah, and thanks for having me on,
being
guys. Because I'm available, and let me know where to tweet this out and tell everybody to go find it after this. And I appreciate you including me and making it part of the family.
Of course. But if we're gonna wrap the show, there's only one way we go out.
Yeah, but hey, before we do that though. I guess
maybe Graphk has to go. We'll let Graphk go. I think Graphk, you have to wrap.
No, I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna see this actually.
Let's go.
It was a perfect timing, doing the tribute show for Rob and the Black Hole, and it was a long day with shipping, but it finally arrived, and it arrived today. So I want to share this with you guys. My little tribute jersey.
That's great.
Man.
Wow, I love that, man.
Black Hole Rob 95. So
love it, man. That's fire, bro.
Guy, so
that's beautiful.
Let's do a shot and drink a Modelo in the parking lot with that jersey on, man. Let's christen that jersey on Sunday. Cisco.
You got it, JT. You know where to find us.
Are you wearing that, Cisco, or is that
I may hang it up. I may wear it. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. All right. Well, either way, we'll meet for a shot.
For Rob.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, straight up.
Salud.
Love you, brother. Hey, man, you guys have a great night, man. JT, Cisco, love y'all, man. You guys have a good night.
I'm jumping on radio. Thanks for having me, everybody. Whatever I can do to help with this podcast and the stream, I appreciate you thinking of me.
All right. Do you mind going out with us, though? Do you mind going out before we wap here?
Absolutely.
All right, because we go out one way and only one way.
Let's go!
Represent the nation.
Let's go!